guys? Now today we are going stand-up paddleboarding, hence the title Gopro Sup Sessions. What I wanted to run you guys through in this video, as well as having fun by paddleboarding, I was asked in this DM about mounting and accessories. That's on a surfboard, but I feel like the same conditions apply for stand-up paddleboards. So I've got a couple of different accessories. I've got the jam mount. I have some regular 3M GoPro mounts. And yeah, we're gonna go through and mount our GoPro Hero 7 and go get some photos. We'll go get these photos. All right, let's go set things up. This is the paddleboard that we're gonna be taking out. It is the Goose Hill stand-up paddleboard. Link is in the description if you wanna get yourselves one. Everything that you need. I just want to say a big shout out and thank you to Goose Hill stand-up paddleboards for not sponsoring, but for providing the stand-up paddleboard so we can create this video. If you do want to get one, I'll put a link in the description. For those of you that if you are getting a stand-up paddleboard, make sure you are prepared for the workout that encompasses the PSI. There we go, we just lost.
We lost it.
I don't know how much we just lost, but. Please don't come out. Woo! Okay, I think we have ourselves a paddleboard to go supping. Oh. When we're looking at mounting any kind of board or surfboard, I always really appreciate the front perspective, you know, shooting up, seeing what's going on the paddleboard. These kind of 3M mounts, well, I'll put a link in the description to all the mounts and accessories you see in this video, so you can grab them either off Amazon or through the GoPro website. These are really handy. Just I always have a bunch of these on me whenever I'm traveling, just in case I want to mount a GoPro to a car or wherever else. Really simple tip is just to make sure that the surface is dry, give it a rub down, make sure it's clean, peel it back, stick it on. Let's do that. It's also really important to have it as kind of far at the tip of the board to give you as much perspective. Like if you were to have it like here per se, it's gonna not be able to give quite as wide. Remember, you're thinking we're working with wide angle cameras. We wanna get it right at the top here. So right at the nose, it's nice and dry. I guess also as central as possible as well. That's satisfying. I might go there. Give it like 10 minutes or so just for the adhesive to sort of settle. And yeah. There's mount number one. The point of using these kind of 3M mounts is if you have something like this, the bite mount or any kind of generic GoPro clip, they kind of work really well with the 3M mounts. So, all right, so this is the kind of field of view that we want when we're shooting with this camera. It's nice and symmetrical here down the board. Now, I don't want it to be facing down. I really want to try and capture as much perspective as possible. You got to realize that I'm going to be standing, back there, and I'm going to be 6 foot tall. So the higher we crank this up, the cooler the perspective. That obviously is just going to, be used if you're filming and you want to try and cut in between like a front-on shot and then maybe like a paddle shot. All right, so I'm using the jam mount to mount this. I'm obviously gonna need to take apart that housing. The whole point of this is to maximize the activity and to not focus on the mounts while you're actually out there in the surf, in the water. All right, what we're doing here is we're just gonna mount this to the pole. It's real simple, just screws onto the pole like so. Look at that, I've got my pole and I have my GoPro being able to mount right here. Now the beauty of this is that if I want to get any kind of facial shots while I'm paddling, it might be able to get some of that. It's going to be a weird angle, but what I think the real beauty of having it mounted to the pole like this is that if you crank the actual camera face down, and you use this pole as a selfie stick. Now look at that. We are creating a selfie like that. So there, that's how I would mount. That's how I would go about mounting on a stand-up paddleboard. You know, the other thing is if you're worried about like losing it, this thing will float. So let's say you get knocked off on a wave and you lose your paddle, like chances are that this is gonna float. If you want to eradicate that at all, I would highly recommend putting on just like a floaty mount on the back. But yeah, let's go do it. Okay, so the first perspective, which I showed you with the mounting, is going to be at the front of the board. So let's do that. You can do that while you're out in the ocean. Literally, I just like to lie down on the paddleboard and clip it in. Awesome, make sure that the camera is sort of facing up to get us in the screen. You. So that one's on, nice. So a photo you could capture is one like this. Let's do that. Obviously I'm thinking about the sun as well. The sun is obviously over here. Hopefully there's some nice, I don't know, mountains or something in the background. Here we go. I'm shooting on burst. I'm gonna do 30 frames over 6 seconds. Give me a little bit of time to play around with the shot. Now I'm gonna shoot it in portrait. I just like portrait. Whoa! This one I'm gonna do just like seated and kind of like looking over me. So sitting on the paddleboard. Kind of out like this, and I'll just have that sort of back like that. Here we go. Whoa! This one I'm just gonna try and use like the composition just of the ocean. Might even get nice and low down there. Yeah! So there's just a couple of shots solely with this setup. I'm obviously, you know, it's cool to have it mounted because I can use it as a selfie stick as well. Let's go for a paddle. Okay, that's the shot there. Get a little closer. And hit it. Yeah! So all I'm doing here is just looking at light. I can see some shadow and sun, you know, there on my feet. I don't know if you can see that, but I can see some of that shadow there. All I'm doing is looking at the, literally just looking at the composition. I might try it like that, that's cool as well. Hit that one. And yeah, I'm just playing around with composition. I'm gonna shoot some also from the front on this camera now. Let's do that. Half-second wide, awesome. I'm gonna fire that off. Just gonna take photos every half-second and then I'm gonna mount it. So I'm using the perspective, it's a wide angle camera. I'm just using the perspective to be like, what's up? If the screen's dirty, give it a bit of a wipe. All right, let's go, let's get some action shots. Guys, I'm gonna wrap the vlog up here. It is a perfect afternoon. I'm probably gonna fall in again. Hope this isn't making you, I don't know, seasick, so I'll try and keep the camera as straight as possible. But it's been an amazing day. If you have liked this video, do punch that thumbs up button. If you've learned how to mount a GoPro on your stand-up paddleboard, or if you want to grab one of these stand-up paddleboards. Anyway, if you like this video, punch that thumbs up. If you're new around here, this channel's all about travel, creativity, and hopefully some inspiration, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Ciao. Peace!